Hi guys, welcome to Simply Scuba. Here we have the fourth element Arctic one-piece suit. So this is a dry suit undersuit. It's like a full-length suit. It's a bit like a boiler suit, but thermal to be worn underneath a dry suit. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so let's get 60 seconds on the clock. We are going to be looking at the fourth element Arctic full-length one-suit, sort of undersuit. So this is a full-body undersuit, as the name suggests, and but what this is, it's a dual-layer material, which is very low bulk compared to a lot of other like traditional dry suit undersuits, but it's very, very effective at keeping you warm. And the way it does that is that it wicks moisture away from your skin very, very effectively, to the point where I've been diving in a fourth element Arctic undersuit, and I've had like water ingress into my suit, and I didn't notice until afterwards and realized that my arm was soaking wet, because the material itself, it works when it's wet as well, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, very, very effective at keeping you nice and warm, and because it's a full-length suit, it's keeping you covered from head to toe, so that you know you're not going to get any exposed points. So let's take a closer look at all of its finer details. Okay, so let's take a closer look at sort of all of the suit's features. So starting up around the neck, we have a very, very soft, sort of rounded material that goes around your neck. So that's going to be very, very comfortable. This is different from the internal lining. This is just a sort of soft neck, and that goes up fairly high. Just make sure that it doesn't sort of interrupt your the neck seal. Front entry zipper. So if I open up this suit, so this goes all the way down to the crotch, and we also have a double zipper. There's a second one down at the bottom for if you needed to use the bathroom, but it's cold and you don't want to take your entire suit off. You can just undo that. For women, unfortunately, that's not going to help. But the full-length zipper just makes it very easy to get in and out of the suit. On the inside of the suit, you can see we have this very plush lining. That's very, very effective at wicking moisture away from your skin. So if you're wearing this against bare skin, or if you're wearing it sort of over a base layer, it's going to take the moisture and just wick it as far away from your skin as possible. So that's going to keep you nice and dry, and in turn keep you nice and warm. Now, underneath the zipper, you've got a bit of a flush guard, so that's going to stop any sort of cold air from sort of rushing through that if you're wearing this on the surface. And these two layers, these are actually two separate layers, so that maintains a good sort of airflow underneath and a decent amount of flexibility. And keeping them together, the stitching on the inside, so this is flat lock stitching, so very flat as the name suggests, so that's not going to rub anywhere against your skin, so it's going to stay nice and comfortable, and yeah, it's not going to rub anywhere in particular. Moving down the arm, so down the left arm, it sort of goes to a fairly traditional cuff, but you notice we've got this little loop, a thumb loop. So this is an elasticated loop. So when you're putting your dry suit on, your sleeve doesn't ride up, so that stays in position. And if you're wearing a dry glove system, you can also use this to sort of equalize that airspace in your dry gloves. Just leave it over your thumb, and that will just sort of break that cuff seal enough to allow some gas to transfer through if you don't have any of those sort of capillary tubes. And the right hand sleeve is much the same, except on the sort of upper arm you have this little pocket, zippered pockets, and that's just for anything small, pretty much just your car keys really, if you want to take them down with you on your dive. Just yeah, something that you can keep with you at all times, maybe a bit of loose change, so you can buy yourself a drink after your dive. And then sort of further down the suit, you might be able, yeah, you can see it better on the back. So just around the waist, it's elasticated, so that's going to keep it nice and tight, sort of around your waist. So again, some nice amount of airflow, constant sort of coverage, sort of over your body, but it's not going to be too sort of restricting neither. Moving down the legs, so the legs very much the same as the arms. You've got flat lock stitching and so that dual layer material on the inside, except when you get down to this section just above your ankles, it gets much thinner. So this is going to be where your sort of undersuit socks are going to start overlapping, and you need a bit of flexibility in your ankles so that you can move around in the suit. So they've made it noticeably thinner. It's still got a sort of soft plush lining. It's a little bit different than the main lining on the inside of the suit, but it's still nice and soft against your skin. You've got a stirrup that sort of holds the bottom of the leg in position when you're putting your dry suit on. It's not going to be riding up, and then you put your dry suit socks over the top of that, and that just sort of keeps them, or keeps the bottom of your suit in position. So yeah, all in all, nice, well put together suit. Because it's a single piece, you're always covered up from head to toe. No matter if you're like stretching to do like shutdown drills or whatever, you're not going to get any bare sort of exposed areas because you are covered up. And yeah, you can kind of wear this sort of all the time, sort of outside of the water as well if it's cold, just to keep that insulating layer, because it's keeping you dry, it's wicking that moisture away from you. But yeah, all in all, it's a great sort of dry suit undersuit for keeping you warm with minimal bulk. Okay, so who's the Arctic one piece for? So this is obviously for dry suit divers. It's that kind of low bulk, so I'd be happy with this underneath a membrane dry suit in the kind of the summer months, moving into the autumns. If I'm going into more sort of winter diving, then I'd probably wear something sort of underneath it as well, ranging from base layers to thermal base layers, just to sort of boost it up. But yeah, by itself, just underneath a dry suit, yeah, I'd be happy with this, definitely in the summer months, even the autumn months. Underneath a neoprene dry suit, then yeah, you can go even colder because that has its own sort of thermal benefits. The main benefit of a one piece is that you don't have sort of two separate layers that can sort of move around. You're covered from head to toe, so you're never going to get any exposed points. The downside is that sometimes it can sort of restrict your movement because it depends on the sort of flexibility of the material. But this material is fairly flexible. It does move around a lot, but minimal bulk as well, so you don't have too much buoyancy sort of with it compared to a lot of the other like quilted and thicker materials. And that's the Fourth Element Arctic one piece undersuit. So yeah, a great undersuit for sort of cold water diving underneath a dry suit. So if you're looking at a certain piece of scuba diving equipment and you can't see any kind of review videos and you want to see one but you can't find it on our website, then by all means go to the manufacturer and just ask them to send us a sample. The address will be listed below. And if you are a manufacturer, you do make scuba diving equipment and you want us to do this kind of video for your equipment, then just send any samples you have down to the address listed in the description below. Thank you for watching and safe diving. We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.